We're in a fifth book in the series, and it's Bethany Frankel's book we're on to right now, right? Our business is personal, right? We started on chapter 7 last week. Today, we're going to close out chapter 7 of the book. And we did the first part of it. And we're going to do here the second part. The lighting here is not that good, so I got to use my glasses. To start, let's look at this summary section she had in the middle of the book, following where we stopped last week. And it's what she calls B-Smarts. She puts some stories in to emphasize the point that she's making. And the title she has here is Your Life is Like a Chain, and says our life is like a chain. And what she means by that is that the different components of our life is like a chain, right? And like we say, the strength of a chain is the weakest link. So if there's any part that is weak, that's the easiest place that you can be broken, right? And when we talk as Christians, we talk about the devil. The devil is a predictor. A predictor will never attack your strength, right? If there's anybody that's gunning for you, that wants to bring you down, they will never attack your strength. They will always attack your weakness. That is what a predictor does. A predictor does not attack strength. A predictor attacks weakness. Even though a predictor is big, right? And that predictor can, with its strength, win the battle. It doesn't take the risk of fighting against the strength of its victim. He always looks for weakness, right? Because when he looks for weakness, then it's sure to win, right? So you'll see when a lion wants to attack, he looks for the weakest, and he looks for the one that is alone, that is not moving with other people. So two things the lion will look for, or a predictor will normally look for, is the weakest and the one that is alone, right? And the same way in our lives, if the enemy is going to attack us, if life is going to attack us, or if life is going to test us, life will not test our strength. Life will test our weakness. In what area are we weak, right? So when we look at our life like a chain, it's up to us to know the areas where we're lacking, we're slacking, and do something about it. It's the same way we talk about the SWOT analysis, like we've emphasized all through our time together. The SWOT, S-W-O-T. S stands for strength. W stands for weakness. O stands for opportunities. T stands for threats, right? Internal to you are your strengths and weaknesses. External to you are the opportunities and the threats, right? You don't start from external. Life starts from the inside out. A winner starts from the inside out. It's first not about the opportunities and the threats. It's first about your strengths and your weaknesses. It's about you. What do you have to offer? What is it that you have to give? What is it that you have to fight with? Right? That's where you start from. Your strength, your weaknesses. Then when you're done with that, you now look at into the environment. What are the opportunities I can harness? What are the things I can easily tap into? And what are the things I need to be watchful for that can easily get me? Right? So when you're looking at your life, you're looking at your life as a chain. And you're looking at where is my strength, where is my weakness, and where are the opportunities and the threats that I can tap into. When you're looking at it in terms of, you can also, that's one way of looking at it. We're looking at it in terms of your tribes, right? Not just inside of you now. We're not going into not just the environment, but the next level outside in terms of your tribe, the people that you work with, your associates, right? So you have your tribes, people that relate with you, that gel with you in one form or the other. But inside that tribe is also what we call your team, right? So there is a circle of people that congregate around you. You have linkages to in one form or the other. We call those your tribe, right? But within your tribe is what we call your team, right? People that you have influence, right? You have influence upon, you are connected to more tightly. Those are the ones you can call on in the day of trouble. Those are the ones you call your friends, your core friends. Every other person might be your associate, but there's something you call your friend, people you can depend on, people you can call on, right? That is your team, not just your tribe, right? Your tribe, people that are connected to you in one form or the other. Your team, people that you can call on, right? The strength of that team is the weakest link, right? So don't rest on your horse on something that you have not tested. Like we typically will say, faith that is not been tested cannot be used, right? So don't go and call in a day on trouble on someone you think is your friend, whereas it's just a parasite, right? We look at it from a business standpoint. We're looking at your employees, right? Right. You need to know what the task you've given to them. You need to know their strengths, their weaknesses, right? And know how you tap into their strength, know how you help them with their weaknesses. You don't put the right person in the wrong place or put the wrong person in a sensitive position, right? Because the strength of each one, which is who are the linkages between you and the profit or the objective you're trying to achieve. The strength of each one could potentially be the weakness of your organization, your company. And we'll talk more about that, right? So in starting here, Bethany talks about the fact that your life is like a chain, right? It says the idea that you are only as good as your weakest link is not limited to business. Look at your whole life and find the weak links. Your grocer, doctor, banker, dentist, the people who tutor your kids, your plumber, neighbors, kids, and all of that. Just talking in general about your workforce, right? It could be business, it could also be private. See who you need. See who is strong. See who you can depend on, who you can call on, and you know you'll get the answer, right? And work on, you know, where you feel there's a gap, you need to work on it. Whether if this person it can't be, because you want to do all of that when you don't have trouble, you don't have urgency. Because when you are in need, in dear need, you probably don't have a time to make those corrections, right? And it could be a big loss if the person you thought could do something is unable to rise to that location. It could mean missing an opportunity, right? It could also mean being a threat, right? It could mean losing a big deal, right? But that all for that.